All right. Do. All right, I think it's actually working now. So let's see, I'll make sure that audio is working and video is good. But if so, then I think I can just kind of get back to writing code. So I was just doing a little bit of coding for fun, just having a little bit of relaxing time, writing some code for some stuff, and figured why not just live stream it as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump over to desktop, show what I've been playing around with, and then just continue on with the code. So I'll try to keep an eye on chat and everything while I'm doing it, but mostly just going to be kind of working on things. So the plan here was to fix up these little skeletons right now. So far there's a system set up so you can click, assign them like a spot to move to, and then once the timer runs out, they'll move to that spot. And you can move to another spot, but you can see it's kind of weird and buggy. Like the whole UI is, or the ground is all lighting up green, and the tiles are kind of weird and stuff. And part of that is because this kind of worked with a single character, but not so much with a bunch of them. So what I wanted to do was make it easily work with however many characters I have. So right now, the way that the system's set up, I guess I'll do a real quick overview. I'm not going to dive deep into it, but I'll do a real quick overview of the way the system's set up, and then we'll fix the setup. So there's a scene here with just a ground. It's just a cube. There's this little hex generator object. It's got a bunch of tiles underneath it. I can right click and just generate the hex. You can set this to like 10 by 10 or whatever size you want and just generate out a hex. And then we can set the spacing between them. Went with 1.6, but we can like spread this out if we want and make them more apart or bring them in closer. 1.66 was about the value that I liked though, for the size that I was thinking. So you can generate that out, and it just puts a bunch of children underneath it. It's a bunch of copies of this hex prefab that's right here, the tile prefab. And I'll open it up. You can see the generate method just goes through 2 for loops. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Goes through 2 for loops and generates a tile. In fact, we could shrink this down. Let's do that. Let's go shift delete, shift delete, shift delete, shift delete. There we go. So clears all the tiles, loops through height and width, and then generates tiles. And then the clear tiles, oops, didn't mean to hit a 1 there. Just gets rid of the tiles and then clears out the list of tiles that we have for cache, and then generate just creates one. So the plan here is to adjust the code so that when our player selects a character, it no longer makes the character do the highlighting of stuff, or the character doesn't highlight and move things around. So we're gonna first go through this select code. So when I select a character, it just sets the selected character, and then it was doing some removing highlight. I'm just going to delete that line out. So it sets the selected character and calls the highlight method on that character. And then that figures out the tile the character's on, and then finds the tiles in range and does some highlighting and stuff. But in reality, I feel like this highlight method, like this should be somewhere on the hex generator. This should just be like highlight a tile, and then it unhighlights everything else, and then maybe does like a highlight with movement in range, or a highlight with attack in range, or something like that. So I'm just gonna take this method, I'm gonna cut it and move it over to the hex generator, and then we'll figure out exactly how it's gonna work. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure we can track it down and figure it out. So we're gonna highlight, and when we highlight, we're gonna wanna be able to highlight a tile. So I'm gonna copy the current tile, and I'll say hex tile, which is just my tile class, and I'll call it current tile. Then I'll just rename that, Control-R and call it tile. There we go. Oh, it doesn't like, why doesn't it like the word tile? Oh, I'll just type it in. I don't know what it's thinking. Oh, it's because I have it in a loop there. Let's call this hex tile. Or let's call it highlight tile. I'll just call it highlight. So the hex tile to highlight. So that works, yeah. Okay, so we've got a highlight method now that will allow me to highlight some hex. I don't need this because I'm already in this object. I can just call tiles in range. Tiles per move. So that's like the range of tiles that I want to highlight. So let's add that as a int here, int range. And I'll just replace tiles per move with range. And then in our highlight method, let's see. So I think what I want to do is highlight these slightly different so that the selected one gets like, let's just make it like green, and then we'll make, or no, let me think. I don't know what a good color is. I'm going to make it purple. So I'll highlight the selected one purple. So let's call this selected tile color. And I'm just going to make this a serialized field. And we'll make this a purple equals, is there a color dot purple? The color dot magenta. We can use that for now. I can just adjust it in the editor and find the color I want. And then for the other tiles in range, let's just call this in range color. In range tile, or let's call this move tile color. I like that better, which I think is what it was named. But I'm going to use that because this is going to be moving. If I change it to something else or I add the other things like attacking, I could deal with that later. I don't want to confuse it and make it seem more generic than it really is. So we've got highlight, gives us a range. We find all the tiles in range. Tiles in range, by the way, it's super lazy right now. We could optimize it, but it just finds all the tiles within the distance and then gives a little barrier or buffer and then selects it or allows them to be in the list, doing a vector 3 distance check. We could definitely write something more intelligent. If you decide to speed this up, I'll optimize that later. I'm not worried about it at all. Okay, so we got the highlight method. It should highlight all of those tiles. The other thing that I want to do is unhighlight every other tile. So I'm just going to go for each var tile in tiles because I have all of the tiles here. I'll say tile dot, I think it's remove highlight. There we go. So I've got a highlight and then remove highlight. And then whatever I call highlight on the thing, it's going to light it up as selected and give me the move tile range. So let's do that now. Let's find the error. So I'll do Control-Shift-B to do a build. See the spot that I broke? Here it is in character. This is where I deleted the call to highlight. So in our player method, we select a character and then we tell our selected character to highlight, but our selected character shouldn't do that anymore. We're gonna have our hex manager do that, or our hex generator. So for now, I'm just gonna find it. I'll just do find object of type hex generator. We'll figure out the life cycle of that thing later and then have it highlight. And we'll have it highlight the selected character's tile. Ooh, how do I want to do that? So maybe let's allow it to highlight to take a character. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to delete this line here, 39, and we're going to say, make this highlight character. We're going to make this be a method. Generate a method for highlight character. I'm going to get rid of this error down here. No, or we already kind of cleared that up, but we'd have new ones if we tried to build in the middle of it. So we got highlight character. Let's rename this to character. And then to highlight a character, we need to call the highlight method, but we need a couple things. We need the character's tile. So I need to find the tile that the character's on. And if you look down here, we actually have a current tile on the character. So I could probably I'm just going to expose this for now. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. So let's turn this from a private field into a public hex tile. I'm going to make it public, so I'll capitalize that C and we'll give it a getter and a private setter. That looks good. We'll do another build. So now it can change in here, but it can be read outside of here. We'll do build just to find my error. It's like my shortcut way to go back to the problem and make sure I didn't break anything else. All right, so when we highlight the character, we are going to say character dot current tile and then character dot, and then here we have a variable for the move range too. So let's tiles per move. We'll add that as a public get only property. So say public int tiles per move, and we'll do a lambda to return back tiles per move. Okay, so now we'll build, go back, and we should be able to do tiles per move. And now I think we should have a working highlight. Let's see. So we highlight, remove all the other highlights. Okay, that's easy enough, which is really just the highlight method, by the way. If you look at the tile highlight, it just sets the mesh renderer material. I'm thinking eventually the tiles, depending on how it ends up working out, they may end up with a bunch of different things or states that they can show, not just a highlight. And keeping it simple here and then thinking of how I want it to work. I'm not sure exactly what the gameplay looks like in this. I'm just thinking tabletop, top down, control 2 or 3 guys against somebody else that's controlling 2 or 3. There are different types of units, maybe like a wizard, a fighter, and thinking maybe like a dragon. I was going to pull in some of the assets from the GameDev Guild bonus pack that I got. So everybody got this pack. It's full of assets, and I figured I would use some of those for this because it'd just be fun. Make a cool little tabletop game, and then probably toss it on the Tilt 5. So let's see what this looks like. Let's hit play. Somebody was asking about the no curly braces on the for each. I removed them because I don't necessarily need them on the on those for each. If there's only one line there or one statement after it, especially if they're recursive for each statements, it can get a little bit confusing seeing all of those. So I feel like it's just easier to remove them and then and make it easier to read, because you can shorten it down and get rid of like an extra 4 lines of code that you don't have to see. So it's not always easier. Sometimes the braces make a lot of sense and make it easier, but in those cases with the double sets of loops, I feel like it's easier. Okay, so this works, but still a couple little things I don't like. Let me see. Like, select this character, select this guy, select, oh, whoops, select that guy. Like, it doesn't. I think after I select a second point, I want to remove all the highlights and then just add like a movement indicator instead. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, first, let's just do the remove highlights. So after we select a movement point, it's in our player. So our player has this perform all as like a cheat, by the way, just moves our characters ahead if I hit space. Let's see. So where's the set destination here? So when I set the destination, I also want to tell because when I select a character, what do? I tell the hex generator to highlight the character. I'm going to just make this a singleton. Let's see, because I'm going to get this a couple more times. So add an awake here, and we'll say instance equals this. It'll generate a property, which will be a public static. Always the part you got to get in there. Instance with a getter and a private setter. So now we've got a quick little singleton to access this hex generator instead of finding it, because we're going to have to use this again. So I'll say hex generator dot instance, not instantiate, instance. There we go. Highlight character. The reason is because after we highlight, I'm going to copy this and we're going to go down to the part where we set a destination, and I'm going to say that we want to remove the highlight. Remove highlight, or let's say, remove highlight. Do I want to do a remove, or what do I want to do? Let's say show movement preview. That's what I want to do, because I kind of want to show a movement preview for the character instead. So we'll say for that character, that works. And we'll just pass that or create that method. So we'll have this as character. I would do a movement preview for that character. And the movement preview is first going to just remove all of the highlights. So we'll just loop through all the highlights. We'll just clear them all out again. Obviously, we could do something cleaner and more efficient there, but we don't need to yet. So we'll loop through all of the highlights and remove them. We'll then show. So we'll take the character's current tile and we'll highlight that in the character's color. So character has a color. Let's go find the color on it. So the color is move color. We'll expose that just as a property here. Public color, move color, move color. There we go. And go back. And we'll pass in the move color. And then I'll do that for the destination tile as well. And let's just get a reference to that destination tile. I think it's there as a, let's see, hex tile as a private field. Let me see, destination tile. Yep. And we got current tile. I want to clean this up a little bit. Let's copy that, expression body that, and then let's just move these around. So destination tile in, There's no need for this. Let's see. Let's go delete, rename this to a capital, and we'll make that public with a getter and a private setter, just like the current tile. There's no reason to do that differently. That was weird. Okay. So there we go. We've got current tile, destination tile, tiles per move, and move color. I think, let's organize those so they're at least in matching order. That looks good. Okay, we'll jump back over to wherever I was in the, is that in the hex generator? So we'll highlight the color. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, I want to test this real quick, and then I want to fix one or two other little things. Let's go do a couple little bugs. All right, so select the character, give him a destination. Select this character, give him a destination. Select this guy, give him a destination. Do they all move? Whoosh. Look at that. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I used the wrong color. Move color is green always. I want the, what's the color on the character? That's a color that I should probably remove or not have here. This doesn't make sense here. It's this color that I care about. So I'm going to expose color. And then I'm going to get rid of move color here. And then I don't know if let's do a build real quick. I have one or two errors. We'll go fix them real quick. So the first one is, oh yeah, it's just these two. Where's the part where I do the green though? I must have duplicated my color code here. So let's find the part where I did the ones in range. So tiles in range was found here, which highlighted there, looped through. Move tile color. Yeah, I had duplicated that move tile color, so that's interesting. Didn't realize that. Okay, so oh, selected tile color. Am I using that? I made it. Okay, so I select one. Yeah, let's go try this. Where are you? Unity window. All right, if you're still watching, by the way, tap the thumbs up button, please. All right, let's see. Move that guy. Move that guy. Move that guy. Oops, move that guy. Okay. Bam. Now they moved. Okay. So now we'll go. This guy goes here. That guy goes there. That guy goes there. Once the timer hits, then they'll all move. Now we'll go. This guy goes here. Watch this though. Oh no, it's going to work here. I'll hit space and cheat. There we go. He moved. Okay. So the problem here I've got is that we can still move past the distance. So the movement kind of worked. That part was good. That's one thing I wanted to do, just get that highlighting out of there. I think that's something that happens a lot. When you start letting multiple things kind of control and adjust the visual state of something, or just the state of something in general, tends to break everything. So that's what was happening there, and realized it and started to catch it and just kind of fix it right away. All right, so I want to limit the movement distance now, so that the characters or the guys can't just run whatever distance they want. So in the part where we do the destination setting, we're going to find the tile that they clicked. And here we check to see if it's not null. We just don't check to see if it's in range. So let's say if the tile is in range, then we'll also move. So say if hex tile dot, how do I want to do this? I think I want to do it with the hex generator. So let's say if hex generator dot instance dot is tile in range, hex tile, let's see, comma, then our source tile, or no, let's give it our character, and then actually that's it. Is tile in move range is what I'm going to call this. That looks good. So we'll check to see if our tile is in move range of the character. Then we just got to generate a method for that. Generate a method for this. We'll, let's see, go delete out that throw. And then we'll say, let's see, our character has a move distance. Our character has a tiles per move that we can set, and we can just, I'm going to do this really sloppily and lazily, but I don't think that there's a need to optimize it yet. So we'll say var tiles in range equals hex tile, or no, equals get what is my ones in range? I have a method to get tiles in range. Not tiles in range, of course. Tiles in range of our hex tile. And then we'll use our character's movement. Let's see, what was that? Tiles per move. There we go. And then we'll just return back. Oh, wait, no, we want it not from our hex tile. We want it from our character's current tile. Sorry. Because we want to look at the tiles in range of our character from the current tile. Again, we could optimize this and not do distance checks and stuff. We could cache them and all that, or just, oh yeah, we already have the list of them when we pop it up. So we could definitely keep track of it and cache it or something. I'm just going to throw it away though, because there's not a need to, I'm going to rewrite this code for distance checking and all that so that it's actually tile based instead of distance based later. So we'll just, yeah, I think I'll just leave it like this. I'm gonna move the parameters down. So we'll look at the tiles in range and we'll say return tiles in range dot contains hex tile. There we go. But yeah, we should probably just cache that into, actually it's really hard to resist the urge to do that. So yeah, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to hold state in the hex generator for this one character. I may end up doing some other stuff where like I'm trying to move multiple characters and other things. And if I start trying to optimize something I don't need right now, I'm going to regret it later. So let's not do that yet. I'm going to hit play and click some guys. Okay, what happened here? Ooh, object not set to instance. Never seen that error before. Oh, you know what? It's probably my current tile isn't set. I wonder if so the character sets its current tile. Let's find the part where it does the setting. So it's right here in snap to nearest tile. So that should be set because that gets called right away. Well, let's just debug it. We'll stop playing. I'm gonna add in a breakpoint. What was that line, 89? Yeah, we'll add a breakpoint right there. And we'll hit play and see what I missed. It's probably something obvious. Amir asked if this was for the Tilt 5 or some other stuff. Yeah, that was kind of the thought. It was what inspired it. So I was thinking, kind of wanted to come up with a couple little ideas and play around a little bit. And I was having a lot of fun with the idea of doing like a little head-to-head 3-character battle type thing. It'd be fun to build and pretty simple. Oh, character is missing. What's the problem here? Oh, whoops. I'm looking for a character that I clicked on. It's supposed to be selected character. So I really need to say if selected character is not equal to null and hex tile is not equal to null, there you go, then do this code. That's what I missed. I was using the wrong character because I was trying to get a character up above. That's why separating stuff out into smaller methods helps, because that wouldn't have happened if that select character was a method. All right, there we go. And that guy can go there. Everybody move. Whoosh. All right, now this guy, try to move here. Oh, he can't do it, but he can go there. And this guy can't go anywhere out here, but he can go there. And same here, this guy. Oh, he missed his timer though. Look at that. I think it's actually working. All right. Let me see what else we've got in here. So we can move characters around. Got the distance checks showing, got the path. Oh, wait, let me check my paths again, because I still want to be able to preview the path. So I want to do the move indicator separation real quick. Let's go back into the hex tile code. Let's go find that. So there's the part where we do the highlight here. It just adjusts the mesh renders material. And I'm trying to think of how I want to do the highlight separation. I think what I'll do is just modify the prefab a little bit. Let's go find one of these. We'll go find a hex prefab. Oh, I'll just go up there, find the tile, double click on it. So this is what the little hex object looks like. Let's just modify it real quick. Why is it using a capsule collider? Let's remove that. use a mesh collider. Okay. So I was thinking we'll add in another renderer here. So go like mesh renderer, and then we'll just add in like maybe just add in a quad and just drop it down below there. That might work. Let's try that. Like rotate it 90 degrees. Just have it be like some little flat indicator that's kind of like right in the middle. That's normally off. Let me see. I don't know what this is going to look like. I'm not an artist. So let's call this the create a material. That would be my move indicator material. I'll drop it on there. I'm just going to tint it different colors. So I'm thinking this thing can show like the start and the end of the character color, and then be kind of flat down there. Let's make this be up at like 0.1. Let's make it 0.2. That's slightly above the ground. Okay, we'll go back out, save changes, and now with our hex generator, just hit generate, bam, now I got all these spots. Although I kind of want those hex tiles to be off, or have that color thing be off. So let's go to the hex tile script here. Let's add in another mesh renderer. That's the main one. And then I'm going to add in one for let's control D. Let's call this the move renderer, move mesh renderer. I'll call it move renderer. I don't really like these names, mesh renderer and move renderer. Let's call this base render, and then, or no, I'm gonna call it highlight. That makes sense. Highlight renderer and movement renderer. There we go. Movement. All right, so we got a highlight renderer and a movement renderer. Take the movement renderer, and we're gonna say like public void. I mean, this does give an issue if I have multiple characters going to the same spot. It's still gonna bug out. Maybe I don't allow that though. That's actually probably the case. Set move indicator, or let's just call it set movement, and we'll set it to a color, and here I think it's going to be exactly the same. It's just going to be movement renderer dot material dot color equals color, and then yeah, it's actually going to be exactly the same on the remove too. So let's just cut that, paste it down here. Oh, actually, you know what? There's another little change that we're going to do, though. So we'll say remove movement. I'm going to add the word indicator there because it sounds like I'm removing a variable and setting a variable. So I'm going to modify that. I want to make sure that it's obvious it's the indicator. So setting the thing should also turn that renderer on because it's going to be off. And then disabling it doesn't really need to change the color. It just needs to turn it off because it's going to get a new color every time it gets turned on. There we go. So I got a set movement indicator and a remove movement indicator. And then I can do that in my hex generator, which is really kind of like my map system. It's turned into a map system, so I probably have to rename this soon. So for movement, we'll say instead of highlight, move indicator, and set move indicator. And then when I want to remove those, oh, you know what I'll do is remove those when I actually perform the movement. So that's in my game manager. We loop through each character. Let's zoom that in so you can see it. Loop through each character every 10 seconds right now, and then go through each one here. So we perform the action on each character, which just tells it to set its destination. The other thing we should do though is tell the hex generator, or no, just tell our tiles. Say current tile dot remove movement indicator, and destination tile dot remove movement indicator. And maybe I should do that right after they complete, and when they reach the destination. Let's cut that. Go into reach destination, and then here we'll do that. Oh yeah, because I already kind of tried to do that. Let's remove that. Remove that. Oh yeah, see I had code in there that was calling into the highlights and doing bad stuff. Okay, that looks better. Do I have other things in here doing a highlight change? I have a remove highlight method and I'm not using it. Let's delete it. I don't accidentally use it and break something. All right, looking good. Let's jump back over. Oh no, I gotta make sure I save my prefab. All right, jump back out of here. Stop playing. Okay, regenerate. Regen. What happened to the... Oh, I didn't disable... I wrote all that code for the tiles so that I could get rid of those highlight or the move renderers, and I didn't actually call the part to remove the indicator. So I'm going to call this remove movement indicator, probably in... let's just do it in awake. That makes sense. We'll just do it right there. When I hit play, they'll disappear. I kind of don't want them in normal view, but for now, I'll leave them there. Ooh, why didn't they go away? What did I miss? Oh, I didn't assign them. Go open up the prefab. Let's see, I got my renderer right there. Let's go back out again. Save our prefab. Let's go regenerate these again. Hit play. There we go. So now I hit my movement. I got that guy's blue, that guy's red, that guy's yellow. Once they move and finish, they should stop. Look at that. Okay. Or I mean, not stop really, but clear out. That guy gets close, that guy gets close. Okay, that's looking better. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously, but it's definitely looking quite a bit better. Let me think. What do I want to do next? I can either make the guys... I was thinking about just fixing it so that they do a quick turn before they move, but I don't know if I really care about worrying about animation yet. Kind of want to deal with, I don't know, either fighting or... like attacking, giving like an attack order. So like this guy, and he can like attack that one. Or maybe I need to work on like an NPC AI real quick that will just move around some other units and battle each other. I don't know. Let me think about it for a minute. Ooh, that's a bug. If I click on multiple spots, it doesn't unhighlight the last one. Let's fix that first. Before we do anything else, make sure we don't keep going forward with bugs. So if I select a new destination, I set destination here. Where's my set destination method? Right here. So selected character, set destination. When I do that, I remove the highlight. That's not what I want. I want to remove the movement indicator. Whew. And I don't want to do any of these, right? Yeah. Let me think. Oh yeah, this is all bad. Let's delete all that code. I'm going to comment it out real quick, just in case I'm confusing myself, but pretty sure that that all needs to just disappear. It's definitely time for microtransactions. Start putting those in. Okay, let's see. So we got our character here. This guy can go to you go there. You go there. Oh, okay, that's not right. What did I miss? I definitely broke something now. Oh, I'm not setting my destination tile. I removed that code. Okay. And then when I set destination, I want to say destination tile. Movement indicator. Where was I setting that before? Where's the other spot where I called this from? Oh yeah, it's right there. Oh, that's in the movement preview. Got it. Okay, that's the problem. Okay. It's my color. That makes more sense. Okay. And we'll do a build. And play. I should be able to run these guys around again, get the indicators working. Let's see. Interesting. I'm not even sure which microphone I'm using now. Am I on this mic or that one? Let me see. Whoa, okay. I guess I'm on the bad mic. I don't even need this thing in my face. Well, hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Alright, characters can move. Looking good. Now this guy can go there, there. Anywhere I want. Oh, okay. But he loses... I see the indicator kind of disappears there, but... maybe after I do that, I should probably... like unselect them or something. I'm not sure what I want that flow to be like exactly. Because if I do end up making it on the tilt 5, I'll probably be like reaching in. Oh, do I sound worse now? Sorry. So hopefully that's better. I say if I do end up doing it on the tilt 5 one, the input's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, it was probably just because I was being louder, but we'll see. I don't know. The mic's acting weird. I don't see the mixer up here at all, so I don't know what it's doing. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to add in here. I kind of want to play with the attacking a little bit. I don't want to do this for like a couple more minutes though, because I want to run to the store, go get some food, and play with the kids and stuff too. So let me see. I've got the hex generator. I've got my characters moving. Let me go into the player script. So the player script right now is pretty simple. It just like selects characters and moves them. So when I move a character, actually I'm thinking maybe like when characters are right next to each other, they should attack, or maybe when they click on one another, they should. Because here was my thought of how I would do this is like it'd be somewhat asynchronous. People would reach in, move their character around, like give the orders, or maybe do it asynchronously online, give the order to move to a spot, and then time goes and the characters move, and then I was thinking it'd be cool if you could click to like have them go to a character, but then I have to kind of let it be more intelligent, and I think it's probably less exciting. It would be more fun to just move to a spot, and if you end up on a spot next to somebody, maybe then your character attacks. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe like being able to specify what attack they're going to use or what ability they're going to use. So they have like maybe an attack or like a spell or something else that they could do. Well, let's try that. So that when a character, first I'm just going to start it off so that when a character gets in range of another character, they will attack it. And I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but we'll figure it out real quick. We'll probably knock some simple attack out in the next few minutes. So reach destination. Once they all reach destinations, let's make a method to check for combat. What's that? Void check. How do I want to do this? I'm thinking maybe I don't really want to call it an update. Yeah, let's say void. No, bool. Public bool has enemy in range. Oh, let's make it a character. Public character, nearest enemy. Nearest enemy in range. I'll call it, let's call it get nearest enemy in range. And then I'm gonna give these guys an attack range of 1. So I'm only gonna get the units that are, I guess, 1 distance or 1 thing away, which is actually like 1.6 or let's just, yeah, we'll do this. I'll say var all characters. I'll just get them all for now. There's only 3. Find objects of type. We'll just find all the characters first, and then we'll put these into like teams and stuff later. So all characters, say var nearest in range equals all characters dot order by. And we want to order them by a lambda statement. Let's put this onto a new line so you can all see it. So we'll order them by the distance, vector3.distance from our other character. So this would be their transform.position and our own character's position. Right now we're in the character script, so we'll just use transform.position. So order them by that and then find the first or default. Now if that one is in range, actually this is just the nearest. So let's call it nearest. And we'll say if nearest, or actually, well, I need the, I'm going to be lazy here. If nearest is not equal to null and vector3 dot, I'm going to just redo the distance check here from transform dot position and nearest dot transform dot position is less than or equal to, oh, I guess here we're doing the actual check. If it's less than or equal to our distance, our max distance, yeah, let's call it max range. Let's call it range. If it's greater than or less than our range, oh, I messed up here. Sorry, let's fix this. There we go. So if it's not null, we got a character that's the closest one and it's in range, then we'll return it. Otherwise, we'll just return null. And this definitely can be cleaned up and optimized, but again, don't care too much right now. Our range is just going to be 2. So we'll go 2 meters and it's going to get 1 away. I'm going to hard code it at 1 and then we'll go from there. This could be variable. Oh, let's make it variable. Let's call this attack range. We'll make this a serialized field. I just need to make sure that I go set it right now to 2 before I do anything else and end up with characters that have a 0 attack range, because that would be a problem. Yeah, var works just like everything else. If you know the type, I just use var because sometimes I didn't change the type. There's really no need to. If I put character here and then I decide that I don't want characters, this is some other data structure, I'm going to go back and change it again, and there's no need. I know what these are. It's character. It's the nearest character. I use the type very explicitly when it's less obvious or when it's going to be less obvious for someone else. But if it's super obvious, then var just kind of always works. All right, so get the nearest one in range. And then what I'm thinking is in the game manager, after they all perform their action and they've all completed their action, their movement. So let's call this is really perform movement. Let's call it perform movement. And then once they've finished their movement, then they should do their attacks. That's kind of the thought. So let's wait for them to all finish. So say like while not characters dot all t dot finished movement yield return null. So this is going to turn into a coroutine. Thinking this perform action for all. Oh, here let's make a new coroutine. I'll cut this. Let's say start coroutine, wait for movement, and we can maybe turn this into something else. But I'll start it with a quick coroutine that's got an enumerator. Oh, we'll add in the using statement. Got to get that right one there, the second one. And then paste in the code here. So while they haven't all finished their movement, we'll wait and we'll yield return null. I'm going to add a get only property, finished movement, and finished movement is going to return back what I do in my update method to see if I have finished my movement and called reach destination. So I'll just take this bit of code right here, cut it, say finished movement, and then go up to finished movement and replace it. So I'll do a lambda statement and paste and a semicolon. So now the finished movement will return true if we have a destination tile, we have a path, and the path status is complete. So we've actually finished a tile, we're in that finished movement state. Now I can get rid of those extra braces, don't need them. And then we can go back into our lambda, where's that at? Wait for movement. So here we're gonna wait until all characters have finished movement. And then we're going to do the next thing, which is maybe tell them all to attack. So say for each var character in characters, let's just say character dot, oh, what is it? In range. What's the thing? Get nearest enemy in range. So, oh, I'm going to have to add some braces here. We'll say enemy equals, let's make that var enemy. And then we'll say character dot attack enemy. Something like that. I'm not sure exactly what attacking looks like, but I'm just going to say attack enemy. We'll create a method for it. I'm going to make them turn to face the enemy. So we'll look at the enemy's transform. And then we will maybe tell our animator to play an attack. Set trigger attack. There we go. And I'll go make a trigger for an attack and hook up an animation for it real quick. All right, we'll jump back over to Unity. So if my characters get next to each other, stop next to each other at the end of a frame, they should try to attack by looking at each other and setting this attack trigger. So let's go add an attack trigger here. We're in the animator for the skeleton. Add a trigger, we'll call this attack. And then these guys came with some animation. So I'm just gonna go find one in my blend tree. And then let's go find an attack. So casting attack, left hand melee attack. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna drag this out and you'll be able to see it in just a second. But it looks like this. There it is. So we'll take this, we'll drag out the left. Oh, I don't need to be out of the blend tree. Let's go up a layer. The left hand melee attack. I'm gonna make a transition from any state into there. Let's drag that one up. And we'll do it with the condition. You just have to go down here, add a condition of the trigger attack. And then we'll make a transition from there into the idle. So they'll do the attack if I set the attack trigger. All right, let's save, play, and see if it works. So that guy's gonna go there and that guy go there. So those two should attack each other after the movement. Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, let's see why not. What have I done? Actually, you know what? They should attack each other every frame, every round after the attack. So let's go find that. That's in our game manager. Let's see. We start the coroutine. Finish move. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they're not all getting through. Let's add a breakpoint here. This is kind of a bad idea to wait for them to all finish, but they should finish, so it shouldn't be a huge deal. If I didn't break things, they should be finishing. Oh, you know what? Because they don't all have a destination. Oh, you know why? Here's what I need. While any are moving. That's what I care about. So let's just make a property for that. And here we'll say destination tile is not equal to null. And navMeshAgent.hasPath and navMeshAgent.pathStatus is not equal to we'll just check the magnitude of the velocity real quick. All right, there we go. We're in. That guy move over there. Will he attack? Oh, they all attacked. Oh, wait, do they attack even if they don't have a target? Yes, okay, let's find that real quick. So in the character, no, where's that at? It's in my game manager, losing track. My combat here, so they go through and they attack even if they don't have an enemy. Let's say if enemy is not equal to null, then attack the enemy. There we go. That silliness. Okay, let's move this guy over there. And then only these two should fight and that one should not. That was weird. Why is this third guy fighting? Okay, hold on. Get nearest enemy in range. I do check the attack range. It's only 2. Oh. I'm stupid. Okay, so if you ever look at a list of stuff and you're ever doing it from an object that's in that list, always make sure to exclude your own object. Yes, I totally forgot that. I want to exclude this. I really want it to be this one. It'd be this, but I need this as a collection. There's a better way to do that, but I'm at the point right now, my brain is falling off. So I'm gonna hit play and then we're gonna fix this all out and fix that in a minute. I'm gonna make sure that these characters move. These two should get next to each other and fight, and that one should no longer find himself and fight himself, because that's slightly ridiculous. Okay, come on now, find each other. What are you doing? These two should fight. There we go, okay. I wonder why they didn't fight the first time, though. That's a little weird. I'm gonna move this guy over here after this round. I want to make sure they fight one more time. Okay, let's move him over there. Space to cheat. Hey, it didn't work. Interesting. It did it that time, but if I move this guy back, you see that he's gonna move, but then they don't actually perform the fight. Somebody was asking in chat if they can use mirror in a commercial game. Yeah, you definitely can use mirror in a commercial game. That is certainly a possibility. Okay, so the only issue left here with these guys is that they're performing their attack at the wrong time. So that's in the game manager here. They're waiting for movement and they're performing the attack right away. I'm just going to add in a quick little, well, where's my perform action on all call? Let's make this the coroutine. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. We're going to make this an IEnumerator. I'm going to take the wait for movement part and just cut that, pull it into here. We're going to turn this into a slightly bigger coroutine, and then do a little bit of logging here. So we're going to say debug.log moved characters, debug.log attempting attacks. I want to see where that delay is, if there is any delay. I get the sense that it's happening all instantly. Oh yeah, that's a good point. The timer is actually restarting before the attacks. Well, actually, that's kind of intended because I want them to be like preparing the next thing while that's going on. But the attack should be happening kind of like when it gets to the 20% mark. The goal is like while it's constantly going, so they have to be kind of on it. But now watch, you're gonna see these guys. They feel like they're gonna attack. Let me clear the log. I wasn't paying attention to it. So yeah, so my check here, while any is moving, yield return null is not working right. So perform movement sets the destination. Oh, you know what? I can do it. Let's just do this. Has destination. There we go. If they have a destination, then we're not done. Once they reach the destination, that goes away. So then I'm good. I don't need to keep track of it more. There. So move that guy there. Now, once they get there, I expect it's going to work this time. Come on, magic. Oh, what the hell? Let's watch again. No, now it's going to work, I'm sure. All right, well, but that's not what I wanted. Okay, we'll move this guy over, space, then move him over here. Move that guy there. Yeah, they're still doing the attacks instantly. What? You know, maybe characters is empty? Is that the problem? I'm confused. Let's add a breakpoint here. Actually, I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna play again. I'll debug this, show you how we figure it out real quick, and it's not gonna be too hard. All right, so perform on all. Then we go. This guy goes here. I clear out the log real quick. Let's see what happens. All right, so now we break in here. We got all of our characters, and none of them should have a destination yet. Or actually, wait, no, they actually should all have a destination. So if I go look at one, has destination is false. Destination tile is null. Why is destination tile null? That's the problem. So what is going on? What's setting this to null? How did I break that? So tile equals tile gets called in set destination. Destination tile equals null and reached destination. So did these all reach their destination already? I'm going to say no. And now I'm confused. Okay, so it's set here. Interesting. Oh, you know what? No, I'm confused. What have I missed here? There must be something. Hold on, we're gonna find this. We are gonna figure it out. So where's set destination? Right here. We're gonna add breakpoints there. Okay. So I'm gonna stop playing. We're gonna go through the whole process right from the beginning and track down what's happening. Okay, so we perform on all. There's nothing to do on the first round. Then we move this guy over here. He now has a destination. He should get a destination. So this one character, whatever this guy is, the first one, has a destination tile. And then he's going to start moving. Bam, now he should start moving. Now we go to the code again. So we perform on all. Let's go look at the characters. I want to make sure that one of them has the destination tile. Not that one. What about, it's going to be this last guy, I think. All right, so the last one has a destination tile. All right, so we should get here, add a breakpoint, F5. We should still have one character that has his destination tile. So this should yield return null. We should not get the attempting debug until he finishes his movement. Once he finishes his movement, we reach destination. We set that tile to null. And then we continue into attack. That worked. Why am I not seeing that? Okay. Maybe I was just attached and breaking stuff. Maybe it was the fact that I forgot to attach and let it recompile. Okay, we'll move over there. Please work. There it goes. No! What am I missing? Oh, you know what? That's happening right away. I can see that. That reach destination is happening too quick. Watch this. Let's get the game view up. Watch what happens. The tile unhighlighting part happens when we reach the destination. But let's go find that real quick. The remove highlight on hex tile. So if or remove movement indicator. Oh, this gets called from 4 places. Let's go double check that. So destination tile, it gets called when we set a destination. Okay, well, that makes sense. And when we reach the destination, And, oh, when we awake. Okay, that makes sense. So we're reaching the destination somehow before we get there. Let's find that. So finished movement is bad. That's the problem. So if finished movement, which is, it checks to see if we have no tile. Yeah, so for some reason why does it think that we finished movement? It doesn't think we finished movement in the update though. Or in the coroutine, so why would it, where's my update method here? I've lost it, okay. Update. So we're attached here. I'm just gonna click through until we hit the breakpoint. I missed something. I'm sure it's obvious. Somebody's probably seeing it. Click, 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 click. This is a lot of clicking. By the way, if you're still here, please tap the thumbs up button and do some more of these streams later. All right, so we hit the breakpoint here. Which breakpoint is it first? Perform action on all. Oh, okay, so that's the one that's, yeah, that's the one that should make them all move. That makes sense, okay. So you tell all of them to start moving. And then next frame, this thing thinks it has reached its destination. Let's drag that up and F11 it. So it has a it has a destination, it has a path. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change this. We'll say there. We'll just say that we're within 0.2 meters. Yeah, maybe I'm doing something wrong on the pathing and I don't want to debug it. So if I get close enough, then I'll count that as reached instead of using the nav mesh agent. I probably just did something wrong when I was reading the nav mesh agent. There we go. Bam, that looks better. Okay. Then this guy can move out here. That guy can move there. Boom. Okay. Look at that. Now these two, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. This guy's going to attack one of them. I guess it'll probably be whichever one's first in the list because it's not really ordered. Nice. Now they perform an attack. Like the next part is just make them actually deal damage and all that stuff. All right. I think I'm going to switch back over to desktop for a few. And streaming for a little while here and having fun. I might do some more of this later on today and kind of continue on and build some more of this project out. Have a little bit of fun showing how to do some of this stuff, maybe set up a second player and some bots. If you're interested in that, just hit the thumbs up button, drop a comment, let me know, and I'll probably come back in a few. I got to drop off the stream. Looks like there's somebody at the door right now. So I will see you all later, and yeah, let me know if you want to see more of this.